My emotional theme has been, why is it a part of me is not fully acknowledged? And I cannot wait for anybody to acknowledge me. I realize I need to take charge and be responsible to express who I really feel inside me in order to live my true identity. Not expecting people to really see me if I do not see myself first. My name is Guat King. You can call me King. My passion is to support you to discover and live your personal self-discovery journey of seeking and living your true self, your true identity. And I'm using astrology through the lens of growth, evolution. How are we changing, growing, transforming, and changing costumes? And I'm not using astrology for predictive purpose. Yeah, so I'm using astrology as a tool for a deep self-reflection. And why is self-reflection so important? Because we can reflect more deeply internally how we truly feel, our emotions, how we truly feel, the moon, the fourth house. So I will use my own example to illustrate the different aspects of our identity. The fourth house, our internal emotional feeling. The first house, our desire to discover more about our own identity. And the seventh house is our social identity that we put out. And the 10th house is our public work, or we call it the career definition, the identity. So we all have different aspects of ourselves. And I would like to use my example. So for example, I internally feel that accountancy isn't what I want to do anymore. And I need to leave this industry. This is not where my heart belongs anymore. And this is my internal identity. This is my internal feeling. I no longer identify with accountancy. In fact, I felt this is the industry that I no longer want to be. Despite that, I was trained in it. I studied it. I had a degree in it. I got a certification in certified public accountancy. I had a business with 2 staff, and then I set up a very small business. So I invested so much time and energy into it. And at a point, it becomes not passionate about it anymore, but I still keep holding on to it and struggle very hard to succeed in it. So internally, when I feel the loss of the passion in what I do, it's an internal feeling. So external, my mom, my mentors, and the people externally are not able to see how and what I was going through internally. I no longer feel that my profession is aligned with who I am. And it becomes an internal conflict, like my heart, and my mind is in conflict with each other. And to me, it was very painful to force myself to work very hard. So this was my experience. And the internal feeling is the moon sign. It's also represented by the 4th house in your birth chart. And because I no longer feel this is what I want to do, I want to step out to discover. I want to venture into something new. And it felt I have to step into a totally new territory. I don't even know where I'm going yet. And this is the instinct and our desire to explore. So this is represented by, in astrological terms, the rising sign, the 1st house, and the Mars in your birth chart. It shows you that how you will discover yourself. I call it the next one step. Your next natural step to discover, and your hands, legs will move you into meeting the right people, picking up the call, and talk to somebody who introduce you to another person who might open up a new door for you. The 1st house represents what is it that you are going to discover about yourself within you, that is intrinsically within you, that you are yet to explore, that is arising. And so the 1st house, the rising sign, is very important because that lies the dormant part of you to be uncovered. So how we feel internally will prompt us into doing something new. However, we may feel very insecure because there was fear of the unknown, fear of stepping into the new, because we don't know whether we will succeed, where this step will lead me to. And if I have to let go my business, my career, it was very, very hard to let go. And the letting go part, to cut off from the past, who I was, my staff, my work, my license, my career, that represent the cut off that I need to let go and eliminate it from my life in order to move forward. So like you are in a new journey and you cannot carry that baggage with you. It's a luggage that you need to declutter parts of you in order to move forward, to bring a new luggage forward in a new journey. And that represent the Pluto in your chart, that the attachments that can hold you back. Because what you have already known, your career, and your community and the people around you, this were already known, and you have identified with who you already were. But when internally we feel the moon sign, we feel that this is no longer who I am, and I no longer find my work gives me meaning. And this is where the tension lies. Each time we want to move into a new territory, we have a very heavy luggage with all our emotional baggage, that the things that we attached to before, representing all the clothes that represent your past identity, and we'll have to remove it from the luggage. We can't bring it forward, which can block us from moving forward. Okay, so over time, we start to meet people, the seventh house, the new people into our life. We'll attract new people into our life to help us to learn more about ourselves. And you have to step into the new first in order to attract new people into your life. So the seventh house reflects the people whom we attract into our life. And also it represents the persona that we may put across to others, our social identity. So for instance, I have a Leo rising, the instinct to be noticed, to do things that get recognition and attention. And on the other hand, what I project to others will not be how I really feel like I want to get attention. In fact, I will put on a very detached persona. Aquarius, my descendant in Aquarius, I get comments that I appear aloof to others. I'm antisocial. Why? Because if I sense that a person is not resonating with me about what I'm speaking about, I may feel rejected. And Leo doesn't like to feel rejected. So I may appear very aloof, and I will sense that if the person is someone whom can resonate with me, I will open up. Okay, so the persona, our social identity, and the mask that we wear is to protect ourselves. It's represented by your seventh house in your birth chart. Wherever's your instinct to discover spontaneously, to explore new things, is your rising sign, that will bring you to uncover more and more of your inherent identity that is otherwise hidden within you. So the life that is unlived, if we don't follow our rising sign, I'm so passionate about rising sign because this is a life that I'm here to live. And over time, previously, I was an accountant, my 10th house identity, I was a public accountant, and now my 10th house identity has changed. So over time, as we listen to our internal feeling, no, this is not what I want to do. Yes, this is what I want to explore. We evolve through our feelings and emotions. How we feel internally is so important, because if I have not tuned in and listened to how I feel then, and acknowledge that this is really not what I want. If I don't acknowledge it, then I will not be able to take the step to change, take the step into the unknown, because my feeling is only known to me internally. My mom doesn't know, my mentor doesn't know, even my husband doesn't know. I cannot wait for anybody to acknowledge me. I realize I need to take charge and be responsible to express who I really feel inside me in order to live my true identity. Not expecting people to really see me if I do not see myself first. I hope that you benefit from this and how I use birth chart to support you to reflect, using it to reflect on your internal emotional feeling. And when you have time to sit down with your own emotional feeling, you can acknowledge, you can embrace and listen to what is it that you are truly feeling. But at the same time, you also can acknowledge that the fear that is arising and the blockages that is pulling you back. So I will be moving through these signs. Next will be the rising sign, your next natural step towards change. I hope that you find value in this.